So, Eric Adams, Mayor of New York, has raised some eyebrows with some statements that he's made recently regarding the city's migrant crisis. As you will recall, New York has been suffering with thousands of illegal immigrants being transported there from the border states. And Mayor Adams has, over the past few months, been very vocal about the fact that it's stretching his city's resources past the breaking point, and that the situation is, in his words, going to, quote unquote, destroy New York City. Now, recently, he's come up with another statement which is raising some eyebrows, and especially in light of certain other statements which have been made by other politicians, which we will compare it to shortly. So Mayor Adams said, as Americans, we should go to the center of government and raise our voices when we believe the government is not responding accordingly. Okay? I'm saying to New Yorkers, you're angry and I'm angry, and the source of our discontent lies in DC, Washington, DC. And we need to mobilize and rally and go to DC and say to the national government, this is not fair what's happening to New York City. So, apparently Mayor Adams is calling for people to mobilize, to go to Washington and make their discontent heard. And one can't help but compare that to President Trump's statement in his speech on January 6th, where he told the crowd to go down to the Capitol and make their voices heard. And interestingly, President Trump told them that they should peacefully and patriotically do so. However, when he was accused of being responsible for the riots that happened and was accused of inciting an insurrection, the powers that be, including the January 6th committee, they determined that his statement to peacefully and patriotically protest was actually a dog whistle, and that what he really intended was for them to start a violent insurrection against the United States government. Now you notice from Mayor Adams' statement that he didn't say anything at all about being peaceful and patriotic. So if Trump's call for peace and patriotism was actually a dog whistle to do a violent interaction, one can only assume that Mayor Adams not mentioning that at all about being peaceful and patriotic. He must be telling them to bring the AKs and the RPGs and grab up all the AR-15s and lead an assault on the Capitol. Because if what President Trump did was a dog whistle and an incitement, then what Mayor Adams has done, it can't be seen as anything less than an outright rallying cry. He's leading them into the charge for battle. Of course, this makes absolutely no sense, but this is exactly the same kind of logic that those on the left, well, let me not just paint them out with a broad brush, because there have been some who have been quite reasonable and saying that obviously President Trump did not incite insurrection, but there have been some who have. And if we were to judge Mayor Adams' statement by their standard, well, the FBI should be on the way to his home right now to take him into custody before this violent plot against the U.S. government can actually come to fruition. Well, let's see what happens. Those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear what yours are in the comments, and I'll see you next time.